Hello, this is Sonja from my Happy Space. Today I would like to show you my second part of my travels notebook. If you don't know, I'll put a link up for the first part. I've documented November, January, February and March. And then this is now April and May. And I'm still sort of busy at the sort of last end of June. So I'll just show you today these 2 months, April and May. As I told you, I really got much better with my traveling notebook documenting over the last few months. I've really learned quite a lot, watched a lot of YouTube videos, and just got really inspired. So this I really love. These layouts it's one of my favorites. I'm really excited to show this to you, and I hope you really enjoy it. So with further ado, let's start. The main thing that happened in the month of April is we celebrated our 20th wedding anniversary, and it is autumn in South Africa and it's beautiful. The leaves and the place we went to had fantastic autumn scenery, so I took lots of photos, and that is really the inspiration between this coloring, sort of the pinkies, orangey. I love this combination. It's a lovely combination. So yeah, and the earthiness, that's why I've used this cork sort of lettering. So yeah, that's what's behind this. So yeah, I made this collage of my husband and myself, sort of just various stages of our lives during our wedding. Actually, with my family, we went out for a nice meal during our wedding anniversary, and sort of just a picture during our time away. We went to a beautiful place called Franschhoek. It's about an hour or so, hour and a half maybe from Cape Town. It's a wine town with there's lots of vineyards and wine farms there. So we stayed in a fantastic guest house. It was fantastic, beautiful. It's a fantastic place. I really enjoyed it. So we stayed there for 2 nights and we had a fantastic time just celebrating our wedding. And I made a little pocket for secret journaling. So I just typed that up and just wrote our whole weekend, what we did. Put 20 with little just a I've just bought it at the craft shop. Can't remember what you call it. And I just actually colored it in because it was also brown like this, but I wanted to have it pink, so I just colored in. I think I used Distress Oxide ink. I stamp here, so that's just a simple layout. The guest house we stayed at, as I said, was absolutely lovely. So I just documented the photo inside. We got some sparkling wine when we got there. That was inside the bedroom. It was just gorgeous, and I love this little flowers I put there. It's beautiful. I put there picture perfect because everything was picture perfect. Our view from the porch of the guest house was this awesome view. I mean, it looks like paradise. I couldn't believe it. I mean, it would be absolutely fantastic to live there permanently. So this was the view, the mountains, the vineyards, and as I said, it was autumn. It's just the best time of year in South Africa, or in Cape Town anyway. We went on a tram trip. This tram took you from wine farm to wine farm, so you sort of hop on and hop off. So that was quite a lot of fun to do. It's a photo of me sitting on the tram here in front, sipping a glass of wine. I just continued with the sort of the peachy, pinky theme. These stickers, I bought a booklet, an autumn sort of inspired booklet. I think it's probably more an American thing because it spoke of pumpkin pies and fall leaves and things like that. So that came in very handy, having all these stickers. This is just a sign of one of the wine farms with the lovely autumn leaves at the back. We stopped and had an olive and wine tasting. We went out for a meal the one evening, and that was one of the courses we had. Very interesting food. So it was just a lovely weekend. This is a celebration of autumn. I love the richness of the autumn colors and the leaves. It's just amazing. And this is a picture of myself in one of the vineyards at one of the wine farms. I just captured the fantastic colors, and this craft paper just worked perfectly with it. I just love it. So it's beautiful. Put a little love sign there, a little butterfly, acorn. This is my celebration for succulents and desert roses. I used this stamp set also in an entry, a Bible journaling entry. I will link it also up if you want to check that out. It's a lovely stamp set. You can do a ladder with it to sort of stamp this little chain with the basket, and you first stamp the succulent and then the little basket over it. Yeah, that was part of the die cuts. I coincidentally saw the die cuts went with the stamp set, so I got it. And then I stuck the die cuts behind it and put a cluster of die cuts here. I think I stamped this die cut and then just cut it out and tuck it behind there. And we went to a different wine farm in another time, and they had this big glass house with all these succulents. And I also, a friend of mine just replanted or I had the pots and I gave it to her, and she planted these beautiful succulents for me in desert roses. So I was just celebrating this wonderful event. This is the same on the same wine farm. What I did is I took the brochure and I cut it out to make a background. I took some photos of flowers and then put little frames around it. This is a picture of my daughter also among the beautiful autumn leaves. I used part of the brochure, and I did the die cut and hang a small tag there. This is part of the brochure. You could go on a walking tour, and I just used that, and I just used what I had, and it came out beautifully. This is further what happened in the month of April. I ordered some Felicity Jane things. That's my first order I've ever ordered. I waited 2 months for it. Nothing to do with Felicity Jane. It's just postal services. So I was so excited about it. It's not very good photos. I went for coffee and I was so excited. I unpacked it and I couldn't wait. I took a photo. I probably should have waited till I had better light to take the photo, but I was so excited about it. So I just documented that. I'm busy crocheting my son a blanket for his room. I'm going to use these dark blue, light blue, and red colors. It's sort of more British flag type of theme. So this is my project for the month, or for the moment anyway. We had our first guava from our guava tree. So I just documented this. I just did some texture paint. Colored texture paint, and I did that, and I did lots of stamping, flower stamping, and I colored in watercoloring it. So just love this layouts. We had an outreach at our church, went into a community, and I was just proud of my kids really getting stuck in helping out and playing, and I just love this layout also, and I was just proud of them. I documented my holiday to Israel about a year ago. My sister and myself went to Israel for about 10 days, so I made a whole traveler's notebook of my trip to Israel. So I'll definitely do a flip through of that also on a later state. So I just documented that because it was a really nice project. It took me a while to do it, but I really enjoyed doing it. I relived everything. There's another photo tucked in behind there, so because I didn't have space for everything. So yeah. This is Easter, obviously. We had a very quiet Easter, just had a nice meal. It was just us, my sister and her husband went to her in-laws, so we didn't have anybody else to celebrate. My husband is from England, so all my other family lives in England. So yeah, it's just a document of Easter, our table, our Easter bunnies. My daughter was disgusted with me because I just got them one Easter bunny, but first of all, I don't really want to eat so much chocolate, and secondly of all, I don't really want to emphasize Easter bunnies too much over Christmas. So I just got us good quality Easter bunnies. So I thought rather go good quality and less than buying hundreds of Easter bunnies and go cheap. Okay, this is the month of May. I continue with the autumn theme. So I love this layout with the flowers, the die cuts, and yeah. I celebrating Mother's Day, my Mother's Day card. We went out for a nice meal. This is some die cuts. Not die cuts, actually, it's just a craft paper which I just fussy cut these flowers. And I did some texture paint. I don't know if you could see the hearts there at the back. And I did a Bible entry in my Bible. I was inspired. My mom died about 2 years ago, and I was inspired by the verse from generation to generation, passing on our faith. And obviously, I just did some secret journaling about my mom, really sort of encouraged by her godly examples he gave me, and I'm hoping obviously to pass it on to my daughter. So this is the 3 generations of women in our family. So I was just inspired by that. I did a sort of a little makeover for my craft room, so I just documented that, put down how I felt about it and what I did. It was a lovely experience doing that. This is some of my sort of scrapbooking entries, which I do. I'd like to take photos of it and just remember my highlights for the month. Just do that. We had a women's event at our church. We sort of went around the world on dinner plates, have different food and celebrated. So I just took photos of that. This is our cats. They're getting on better. We got this cat 5 months ago, and they didn't get on very well, but they're now getting on much better. So I documented that. It was voting in South Africa, and when you vote, you get a ink stamp to say that you voted. So I just documented that. And this layout is just sort of doilies with sort of second generation stamping and black and white sort of craft paint at the back, and I think this is a Felicity Jane tag also, which I've used with a little bag. I just sort of like the black and whiteness of this. This is an event my daughter's part of a charity which raise funds for disability children, and she did a high tea, or they did a high tea, and this is the girls which is in charge of it. So I'm just very proud of them documenting that. I think they raised 7,000 rand. Yeah, it says 7,000 rand. So I was very proud of all of them. Just a gin card which says shine. Love this layout also. This is just general life, what we do during the week. My son went to visit a friend of him who is works in a coffee shop, and we took a photo of them, and just to say that he's outgrowing him now, that they haven't seen each other for a while, so that was quite nice. And my son's soccer team is undefeated so far during the season, so we just took a photo of that, celebrating them, their last win. So yeah, that's just that. And oh yeah, the last page, my daughter started playing hockey. So I just took the first match of the season. Unfortunately, that was just went 0-0. It wasn't a very exciting match, but she enjoyed it, and she's really enjoying part of this hockey team. So I just documented that. So that's it. This is the month of April and May. As I said, I'm nearly finished with June, and then as the months go on, I will just continue sharing with you. I love sharing it with you. It's just nice to show people what you're doing, and hopefully you get inspired. The one thing I've really learned is that you become so thankful for your life as you flip through these traveler's notebook. You just think, wow, I did this, I'm part of this, my children did this, or we went out for a meal here, or you just think, wow, I've got so much to be thankful for. Why am I sometimes moaning or complaining about things? So I really would recommend you to document your life just for that reason, to be thankful and having to look back and see what you achieved and how God has worked in your life, and what you're part of, and how your kids has grown. And yeah, I would really recommend you to do it. Just simple, even if you just make notes. So yeah, hope to see you soon. I hope you enjoyed. If you like it, please like and subscribe. And yeah, hope to see you soon. Bye bye.